Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to take a look at a wig from Paula Young. Her name is Mason and she is in the color Silvery Moon. So stay tuned. Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Sandy and this is Coco's Hair Solutions. Today we're going to take a look at another Paula Young wig. Her name is Mason and she is in the color Silvery Moon. That's 51/60 with the two letters of SF in front of it. In the catalog, this is her right here. So you can see she's a long layered hairstyle. She's got long bangs. And it just happens to be a wig that I've had for about a year or so, and I have not reviewed her at all. So I thought I would pull her out of the box. She's been sitting in there for a couple of months. I haven't worn her because I've been busy doing so many other things. But I'm going to take a review of her. I will tell you that I have modified her bangs just a little bit, and I'll show you exactly what that is. But her information is right here on the box. Let's see if I can get that without having it shine too much. There you go. Mason in the color SF Silvery Moon. Now, this is what she looks like coming out of my box. I did run a brush through her, but you can see she's long and layered. Kind of has that very similar look of what I like to wear. If you've watched any of my videos, I really do like this framing around the face. Okay, and then of course here's the bangs. She comes with these long bangs. They're about 6.5 inches, but I just cut a little bit right here, and we'll take a look at what that looks like on me as soon as we get done with the specs. So taking a look at her cap construction, we have a really nice wide velvet band right here in front, so it's not itchy or anything scratchy. It has open cap construction, so it's all wefting on the top right here. But in the crown area, we have the traditional lace, rose lace here that supports the permatease that she has. So we've got a little bit of permatease, but not a whole lot. Which is almost about perfect in my mind. We have open wefting on both sides in the back. We have open ear tabs, which are really nice. And we have an extended open nape. Now, for a long wig, that is a very attractive feature because what that does, it allows the hair to be extended down below the area past the occipital bone. That's that nice big shelf that's right there. But the extended nape brings the hair fibers down a little bit further so that in the process of wearing your wig and turning your head and all the things that we do while we communicate with each other, or even just through daily living, we're moving our head, and it prevents some of that nattiness that starts, that kinkiness that starts to happen at the base of our wigs, especially with our longer wigs. So that extends the life of your wig in that respect. So that's a really nice feature. Another really nice feature that I noticed with this particular wig, and with many of the wigs that Paula Young has, is that right here from the temple area down to the ear tab, you'll notice that there is hair fiber stitched and tied to the underside of that ear tab. So what we have is in this real critical area right here between our sideburn and the temple, we have hairs that are laying flat against the face, held in place by the cap construction. So they're coming out onto the face, being very close. That gives a realism factor to these wigs that really is a nice feature as well. So you don't have that separation between the cap and the hair where we would normally have hair. So that's a real nice feature for her. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and put her on. I'm going to just kind of shake from being held inside out there. All right, we'll put her on and see what she looks like. And we'll talk about that modification that I made. Okay, the cap is very comfortable, very comfortable. Okay, I'm gonna get that up by my hairline. Okay, And honestly, the modification to the bangs is the only thing that I've done. I have not combed, curled, trimmed, anything else. Let's go ahead and I'll finger trim her here. But so you can see the front is 6.5 inches. So for me, that was pretty long, and it required separating and having the bangs be just a little bit more side swept. Now that would be a really lovely look on many of you. For me, I personally like having a little bit more bang. So I don't mind it being kind of separated like this, you know, maybe a little thinner here, because what I'm looking at is creating the illusion that I have an oval face. So by adding height, by see-through bangs, and having bangs accentuate my cheekbones, we're adding length to my face and width, especially right here. Then with these nice layers coming in and trimming off my square jaw, then I get the illusion that I have a really nice oval face, when in fact I have a blockhead. It's just really square. And so a real strong jaw and really pronounced cheeks, and you know, everything is blocky. So that's my little secret, if you wanted to take advantage of that, or if it would help you. So, okay, let's take a look at her. She's really nice. I love the layers. She's a little bit longer. She reminds me of Chris by Jacqueline Smith a lot. So I can wear them to alternate either one. It's just that this does not have the rooting. Now, speaking of roots, let's take a look at what this looks like. Let's see, am I getting there close enough? You probably can see some of the wefting, a little bit of the wefting here. And that's why I always like to add a little bit of darkness to the root, either with a spray root cover or a powder. You can use a root cover up that's made for root covering, or you can use eyeshadow. I know some people have done that, and so either kind of application would work. I typically use a brown black for that kind of process. And but anyway, let's do a spin. Let's do a spin so you can see what she looks like. She's got lots of long layers, and it's very, very comfortable. She's really pretty. If I bend over, I do have a little bit of this hair coming forward, but it doesn't touch my face, so I don't feel like I've got to itch it or move it out of place. This I could probably do a little bit, but you know what I'd probably do is just raise my hairline up a little bit, and that's it. Or take my fingers, make them nice and warm, and press my bangs up a little bit. You've seen me do this on other, and then that takes them up just a tad, you know, because we want to be careful how much we trim on these bangs, because it doesn't grow back, does it? Okay, so let's talk about her dimensions. She weighs about 4.5 ounces. And so she's a little, she's not the heaviest wigs, but she's up there with the weight. The front here is 6.5, like I was saying. So I trimmed off right here. And then the top is 12 inches. The crown is 12 inches. So we've got 12 inches here, 12 inches here. The sides are 9.5 inches. And now if you watched my how to measure your head for wig buying, you'll know that I measure from my hairline, my widow's peak, to my jaw. And that's 8 inches, which is from this tip to this for me. And when I read the side measurements on these dimensions of the wigs, that tells me exactly where it will hit me. So if this is 9.5, I know it's going to hit me right, you know, if I straighten it out, it's about 1 inch or so, maybe 1.5 inches below my jawline, which is about where I really like it to hit. And so you can use that information about your own skull dimensions to read your dimensions of the wigs and have a better idea how they're going to fit on you. Because like some of the pixies, they've got so short sides on me, then what happens is most of my face is showing because they are not long enough to come and hit across my scalp in the way that it might look on the model in the magazine. So it warns me, or maybe it gives me information that I say, well, I like the style, but I don't like the length. So I start looking for similar styles with longer lengths. Anyway, that's another subject. But anyway, the sides are 9.5. The upper back is 12 inches, and then the nape is 10 inches. So that gives us all that length down there. Doesn't that look pretty? It's just really, really nice. So it comes in 21 colors from Paula Young. So you've got lots and lots of choices from all the different grays to the beautiful reds, and then the wonderful blondes and warm browns that you can find in this wig style. So I think that about does it. Other than, you know, taking a look, I'll just go ahead and do a couple of little styles here. You know, you can take a clip and do a half up, half down in the back. A look I really like to do is taking this the whole wig and taking that up and securing it, and then bringing some tendrils down, maybe one over here, one over here. Get it off my neck. So lots of things we can do with this. Of course, you can take and accentuate all of the permatease, make it a little bit bigger, you know, activate it, bring that up. You could even tease it if you wanted to. Make that a little more voluminous. Now she's kind of looking like Heidi, a shorter version of Heidi. But anyway, you can do all kinds of things with her. With the long hair, you can braid it, you can clip it, you can put headbands in her, and she's a lot of fun. Gives us lots of opportunity to play. So, well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure and give me a thumbs up if you liked my video, and subscribe as well. So thank you for visiting with me today. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.